is we shift a little bit and talk about product itself. You've had a lot of iterations. I think the virality or the viral component of Slack's been super impressive to a lot of people. When you think about creative and product, and you think about hiring, how do you actually think about those together? I just came in on the wall. I saw empathy and creative. How does that all play out? I've heard you talk about it before.
There's a saying from Charles Eames, architect and designer, that the role of designer is that of a good host. That way of thinking, that the people using your product are your guests, puts you in a very different mindset than you're like this creative genius and what you're doing is super important and the world just doesn't understand you, and people should appreciate this. Because we have really just 180-degree different attitude when we evaluate our own stuff versus when we use other people's software or experience other people's products. And it's like this thing where when you go to a restaurant website, if you're anything like me, you want the phone number, the address, the opening times, or the menu, and nothing else matters. And yet, no one makes restaurant websites that prioritize that stuff. It's like this stupid music starts playing, and there's like a slow Ken Burns pan over some pasta or whatever, and you have to wait for that to be done. No one wants that experience for themselves, and yet they feel like other people are going to want it. And that's a kind of the most exaggerated example I can find, but we really try to put ourselves in the position of our customers, and you can try different techniques for that. One that I'm not sure if it's truly effective or not, but I've tried a lot with people, is just to try to imagine someone's heard about Slack a couple times, maybe they saw a tweet about it, they saw an ad that we put up, and then someone recommended again. It's the end of their day, it's 9 p.m., they just put the kids to bed, they're watching TV, they lay back, they go to the App Store, and they install our app, and we are just like, not even in the top 1,000 most important things in their lives. Like they have all these other concerns, ambitions, issues, and we don't want to create an experience that is anything less than the most respectful it could be of their time. Imagine if you were designing this for yourself. You don't care about the company at all. Just purely selfishly, how would this work? How would you be onboarded into the app? How would the administrative features work? How would you invite people? How would you install applications into Slack from our app directory? It's a tough one. For whatever reason, a lot of people have been trained up on techniques for like value extraction from customers as opposed to value creation for customers. And we are a business and we want to make money. But I really admire, and there could definitely be some survivorship bias here, but companies like Amazon where we had 20+ year focus. They're now 20-something years old. They started making money a couple years ago. And up to that point, it was just creation of value. And they're still relentlessly focused on how fast can the delivery happen? How fast can the pages load? How fast and accurate can the search results be? And those fundamentals are really critical. And it's harder and harder to ensure that our focus remains on those as we get bigger and as we get more customers, we get more demands from customers, more feature requests, more input of all kinds. And we, almost as a point of religion, try to keep ourselves as open to feedback as possible. So expose as much of the company to like surface area of customers as we can. So I don't know, I have no one magic trick there except for, again, focusing on that experience and imagining that this person using the software is our guest. They are more important than us. We're trying to be of service to them. And if we can truly create value, there'll be plenty of opportunities for us to capture some of that down the road.